Hey everyone, what's up? I hope this is working correctly. So, my name is Daniel, and if you're joining me for the first time on my Periscope channel, haven't gotten to use my Periscope channel a whole lot lately, but my dear friend Ali is out of town, and I am going to be doing a brief scope tonight, talking about kind of what's going on in the crypto world and talking about what Crown is really seeking to build and what they're developing, and in particular, there's one unique product that I'm just really excited about that I wanted to share with you guys. So if you don't mind, go ahead and hit share. Let's bring the family in. Let's get as many people in this as we can, and let's chat about what's going on in crypto. Last time Ali and I did a scope, we talked about crownblockchain.com, which is the link you can see right above me. And you can go to that link right now. You can sign up for email updates. We're going to be sending out more content to you guys, some exclusive stuff. You really won't want to miss it. So go ahead, use the link above, crownblockchain.com, and go ahead and sign up. All we need is your email address, and we can stay in touch with you that way, and we're really excited. If anyone's having issues with the audio, please let me know. I haven't done this in a while on my channel, so I want to make sure that everything is working the way it should be. So go ahead and, like I said, click share, go ahead and bring people in. And just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, and anything I say should not be taken as financial advice. So hey, don't sue me. So anyway, let's go ahead and chat really quick, because I know a lot of you guys are thinking about, Daniel, is Bitcoin crashing? Is the whole thing burning down around us? Is everything done for? And the answer, in my opinion, is no, absolutely not. We're just getting started. We have seen the crypto markets go down a good bit today. Let me go ahead and pull up some of the stats quick just so I know what I'm talking about. But I've been kind of paying attention to stuff throughout the day, and we are witnessing a correction. We're witnessing a lot of what is called loose hands who are letting go of their crypto because they're seeing some big people place sell orders. And so it kind of creates this mudslide effect where all these sellers begin to sell off on their crypto. And I would argue those people probably shouldn't have been in crypto anyway. The technology is still there, the teams are still there, and if you're invested in quality projects, you really don't have anything to worry about, in my opinion. So let's give it until mid-March before we start diving into any deep market statistics. Bitcoin's currently at $6,500, and Crown everything's changing so fast. Hey, Crown is currently at $1.70, about down 24%. In the past 24 hours, which isn't as bad as some of the other altcoins that we're seeing that have tanked. So that's good news. So anyway, go ahead and click share. I want to address to something that we're seeing a lot of in the media, and that is FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. We're seeing a lot of media coming out from major US news outlets that are critical of cryptocurrency and critical of what really is a threat to the mainstream establishment. So I would just encourage you guys, be really careful what news sources you quote, be really careful who you share on social media, be careful that you are making sure they have their facts right, because there's been multiple times this week when the media has blatantly spread falsehood about cryptocurrency, about Bitcoin, and a lot of things related to finance. So be sure you vet your sources. So anyway, in the last scope, Ali and I talked about what exactly is Crown. We talked about our story getting involved with the Crown project. We talked about our experiences chatting with the developers and kind of hearing their side of things for over a year now. And we talked briefly about what Crown is. So I want to recap that a little bit. Crown is a token, not a coin. It's a token, not a coin, as Ali would say. That helps run a decentralized application platform. So in other words, Crown is really a sandbox that developers can use, or any creator on the internet can use, to build their product, their application, their web service. The possibilities are really pretty endless. And because of that, the Crown token is actually not a security. It is a utility token. No matter what anyone says, Crown token is not a security, it's a utility token. It has utility. Now there's value attached to that token, but it is purely a utility token. and that token is necessary for the network to function. It's necessary for developers and other people to be able to do what they need to do on the platform. And that's really important because in the next couple days, where the SEC is going to come down, they're having some hearings. I think there's one tomorrow, and they will actually be addressing cryptocurrency and the government's stance towards those going forward. Most of that should not affect Crown. And the reason for that is because Crown is a utility token. It is not a financial security, but it does have value attached to it, which we do talk about. So one of the things that as I've chatted with people about crypto, as I've chatted with them about their money and how they're looking to invest, one of the things that's come up is that it's very, very important for us as a community to put our dollars where there's real world evidence. And by that, I mean, there's a lot of projects out there, and really at this point, people are investing money in them and they're trading on them simply because they have this project has a great idea. There's not an actual product. There's not an actual tech side ready that people can use. All they have is just an idea, and people are trading on that. And that's not always a bad thing, but more often than not, in the tech industry, those projects will fizzle out. We won't see them really come to fruition. And this is one reason why I'm so excited to share with you guys exactly what one of the partners Crown is working with as we speak to develop a real world product that you can hold in your hand that will be sold on a mass scale and will provide a real service to people. The product is called G-Me. It's G-M-E. And I will send out a link on Twitter after the scope where we can chat about chat about the product. You can go look at it. It's a physical product. You can go read all about the people behind that project. G-Me is a GPS tracking device. Now, on the surface, that doesn't sound super exciting, right? I mean, we all have those in our phones. But what's so cool about G-Me is that it fits in your hand. Actually, it's much smaller than that. And it is an incredibly secure device that allows you to track things that are really important to you, especially things like your children, maybe like pets, your luggage, anything like that. That's something that you want to track. But security is of the utmost importance with those kinds of devices. Now, let's back up a little bit and chat about the physical device. The physical device is something that can go in a watch format, or it can be used on a keychain. And it has a e-ink display on it, kind of like a Kindle does, which means the battery lasts an incredibly long time. And it has a QR code that's scannable. You can scan from your phone. And that device can be put, on your child, on their wrist. You can put it in your luggage. You can put it in your car. You can put it in anything you want to track. Now, GPS tracking has been around for a pretty long time and is not really anything super unique. However, the biggest issue that that markets have faced when they're trying to introduce GPS tracking for mass adoption has been privacy and security, and probably battery life, which we already addressed. Privacy and security are really the two biggest things that have held back the GPS tracking market. There's been articles about it. People talk about how, if I'm going to have my kid wearing this GPS tracker, how do I know that someone else isn't tracking my kid? Or how do I know that the government isn't using it to spy on my kids or my family? How do I know that hackers can't gain access to it and use it to find my luggage at the airport and get it before I do? Security concerns for GPS tracking have always been a huge issue. What G-Me is seeking to do is they will take this tracker and the entire back end, so the entire actual tracking component, the entire software the device runs on, the application for your phone, everything runs on the Crown blockchain. That is pretty revolutionary. So we have a real-world hardware device that does GPS tracking in real time, but all that information is stored and encrypted on the blockchain, and you own the private keys, meaning that you are the ones who can see where your children are located. You are the ones who can see where your luggage is, where your pet is, anything you choose to tag. That information only belongs to you. And that's pretty incredible. That information doesn't go to the government. It can't right now be hacked because it exists on the blockchain. It's encrypted and it's verified with computers all around the world. So that in of itself is a pretty big deal. I'm going to share also the Indiegogo link for the Gme tracker so that you guys can go. It is actually live for pre-order right now. So you can actually go and pre-order the device on Indiegogo. I believe they're looking at shipping sometime later this year. And the cool thing about this project, and one reason why I really am not hesitating to push this as much as I am, is that the security is already there. We addressed that, but not only that, the product actually exists. So they already have prototypes. They already have the software's done. The software for the iPhone and I think Android as well is done. The product really already exists. They put Indiegogo up just so that they could go ahead and start selling some units to people, but regardless of what happens with the Indiegogo, that's not really a concern to them. They are already putting the product out. It's already a done deal. One of the reasons that is so cool, and one of the reasons that it matters so much, is because this is one of the first real-world applications of blockchain that we've seen ever. There's a handful of them out, mostly on huge market cap projects, but nothing like this. There's very, very few real-world applications, and especially one on a project that really hasn't gained as much mainstream adoption as Crown. So this is really cool because what Crown does is, because they provide developers this sandbox, this way that they can build and put their applications, their websites, their hosting platforms, everything on the Crown blockchain. Not only that, but Crown developers are actually working with businesses that want to onboard onto Crown, which means that instead of the Crown developers saying, you know what, here's the platform, here's the API, you guys just take it and you run with it, Crown actually flew out and met with the Gme team, and they met with them and they went over everything. They went over the tech stuff, and they have actively been working with that team to integrate that product on the Crown blockchain, which is pretty impressive. In the last scope, Ali and I talked a lot about how the team has really put their identities on the line, and it's not one of these anonymous tokens where people come and go, and where there's these, everyone's anonymous. These guys actually have put their identities on the line, and they are flying out and they are meeting with the Gme team. They are helping them build their product on the Crown blockchain, helping them ensure that everything is secured at the highest level. And that's something that we really don't see in crypto a whole lot. So that is another way that I feel that this project is really unique, and one reason why I'm so excited to push it. So I'm going to go ahead quick and tweet out this link. You guys feel free and give a retweet. Also, go ahead, go to crownblockchain.com. Please sign up, give us your email address. We will not spam you. It just goes to Ali and myself. It's not going to anyone else. And we are just going to use it to stay in touch with you guys and tell you guys updates about what we're doing, updates about the platform, and let you know of any changes that come our way. So let me go ahead and shoot out this link. And like I said, you can use this link to pre-purchase the device, but you don't have to do that if you want to wait until it's launched. It's going to get launched regardless of what happens with crowdfunding. This is just an easy way for people to get on board. But this really speaks a lot to me about really the power that we're seeing coming out of the Crown community. We're seeing, this incredible innovation. And I was chatting with someone today who's pretty big into crypto, and he was telling me about what separates a lot of these projects apart. And we were talking about that, and I said, one thing that we're seeing a lot of in with altcoins is we're seeing a lot of very niche targets. So we're seeing, there's a token and it comes out and it's just for virtual reality. And then we have another token that comes out, and it's just for dentists. They're actually just a dental token. And then we have another token that comes out, and it covers, music. And it's great to see that level of innovation. But what concerns me is that we don't really have the fundamentals right. And right now, if it were up to me, I have chosen to invest my money and my time in tokens that provide that base level, that provide that sandbox, that provide that application interface, that provide ways for people to build what they need to build on the blockchain. And that's really what Crown is doing. And I think that is one reason why we will see so much growth coming out of that community. They've talked, and they're already in talks with multiple exchanges, multiple new partners. We're going to get into that in some of the later scopes, but that's a big deal. And so pay attention to these tokens that actually are providing this sandbox, providing ways to onboard businesses straight into the blockchain and help them do what they need to do. So again, register up at crownblockchain.com. I'm going to shoot out this link to the GME tracker. We have a short scope tonight. I just really wanted to touch base with you guys. And if you have any questions, you can feel free and throw them in the comments. Or you can shoot me a link on Twitter. I'm at DE Bostic, Bostic on Twitter. Feel free and ask me any questions. I'm pretty much an open book. I'm excited for the community that we're building here. We had a lot of signups at crownblockchain.com after the last scope. A lot of people wanted to stay in touch, a lot of people interested in the project. And it's just been great. It's been great. It's been so exciting. So if you guys have any questions, feel free and go ahead and shoot them in the comments. And otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Okay, that link is up. So you guys go ahead and retweet, share. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, I know it's a short scope, and we'll be back in just a couple days with some more content. We're going to dive deeper into what Crown is, but I thought it was really important for you guys to go ahead and take a look at this project, because it's so helpful to be able to visualize real-world use cases and real-world products, real-world applications that can run on the blockchain. That's a pretty incredible thing. So until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll go ahead and I will catch you later. See ya.